Some sort of
That
sugary
was
soda?
the hardest thing for me. The truth is, I actually hate sweets, like sweets of all kinds. I have a strange palate. So that, as much as it was the thing I loved in the script, it was the thing that was the furthest from me. And yes, I had to practice drinking Fanta.
Oh well, you know what? You do everything for your craft. I love that you were so dedicated to this.
Committed.
Uh, so thanks so much for joining me today. I've got Cat Cunning talking about Star People, which comes to select theaters on August 8th, 2025, and on demand on August 12th, 2025. It is an emotional story about some siblings and chasing your dreams. It has plenty of family drama, a lot of mystery about it, and some aliens. Although maybe not the kind of aliens that you expect, given the poster and what what's advertised about this film. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was clever. I thought it was heartfelt, and I am very excited to talk to you more about this. So thanks so much for joining me.
It's my pleasure.
Of course. So, first question. You are the main character in this film. What drew you to this movie? What about this script spoke to you, or was it, there were you out there like looking for some kind of aliens, and then this role came out? What about this movie like really made you want to do it?
Oh my God, I wish I could say that this script fell out of a saucer.
That'd be
No.
perfect.
I this came across my desk the same way anything else that an actor auditions for does. It came from my agents, but the thing that jumped out at me first in the script was the fact that Claire drinks an excessive amount of Fanta. That just really shocked me as a strange behavioral observation, and I was like, I like this writer. This is weird and cool. And then, everything that's nuanced and human about her just sort of gave me the permission to bring myself to the role. And I was just so moved by how many things the script tackles. Like, it references really sensitive things that Adam's amazing at writing because of his previous work in like documentary filmmaking. But there are themes of foster care and addiction, and my character struggles with epilepsy, and all of these things somehow don't come out of the script in a preachy way. They just really feel like you're observing humans in a way that I just haven't read in a script for a really long time.
Yeah, no, I like that you mentioned that it doesn't come off as like preachy. Those are all elements of the characters, but it doesn't seem like any of them specifically define the characters. They're just placed into the situation and have to work together and sometimes apart to get over the things that are happening in this situation.
Hmm.
So, the script spoke to you. How did you prepare for the role of Claire? Did you go out stargazing? Did you go on some YouTube channels to see what this world is like? How did you prepare for this role?
I did. Of course, I had to research a little bit about the sightings that are specifically referenced in the script. But I have to say the bulk of my research to play Claire had more to do with her bodily experience. Like, I'm a bit of a method actor, so I try to live as the character, and obviously that required a lot of obsession about aliens. But for me, the core of her infatuation with the extraterrestrial world had to do with what drove her to be so singularly focused, and that was like some childhood trauma in a trifecta of the same moment that she first saw the lights, which are a historical moment that like it's the largest documented moment. I think it's in 1997 in Arizona where people saw the Phoenix lights. So yeah, it was a mixture of real world information and then also just connecting from my own body to what I imagined Claire's experience to be, and that required also a lot of research on people who live with epilepsy, and we're very lucky to live in a time where people are telling their own stories online and sharing a lot about what that experience is like.
Yeah, no, definitely. The epilepsy part would be important just so you like can accurately represent it. Did you also drink just a ton of Fanta, like a ton of some sort of
That
sugary
was
soda?
the hardest thing for me. The truth is, I actually hate sweets, like sweets of all kinds. I have a strange palate. So that, as much as it was the thing I loved in the script, it was the thing that was the furthest from me. And yes, I had to practice drinking Fanta.
Oh well, you know what? You do everything for your craft. I love that you were so dedicated to this.
Committed.
The film takes place, during an Arizona heat wave. I don't know how hot it was, but it looked hot. How hot was it to film, or was that all just movie magic, or were you out there sweltering in the Arizona summer so that like you said, could method act?
The latter. We were sweltering in the Arizona sun. That being said, Adam and a lot of our crew and our DP, they all live in Arizona, so they knew that there were months of the year that we absolutely could not film in Arizona. We would be fainting. So we didn't film in the hottest heat of summer, but it was still very, very hot, and we were like, we had to focus on electrolytes and stuff like that. And that's one of those things that, like, as an actor, I'm very proud we all sustained. I'm like, wow, we're so hardcore. but it also genuinely just really informs the performance and is kind of amazing to be so immersed in the environment that is such a character in the story.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's tough to like recreate that. Like it's probably easier if you are uncomfortable to act uncomfortable. Like that probably just kind of makes it. You're not even thinking about it. You're just kind of like this sucks, and it's coming through on your character, which makes it more natural, right?
Yeah, and it's also a fun excuse and like I love that that as a part of the script means I don't know, I was drawn to the idea of playing a character who like wasn't put together all the time. I like the idea that she slowly erodes into being like sort of this melted mess that represents her psyche at the time because that just unfortunately roles like that aren't written for non-binary people or people with female bodies very often. So I was really excited to play somebody who got to be that raw throughout the story.
Yeah, it was interesting to see a character who is like so in control of the situation, so out of control of a lot of aspects, right? Like, you know, Claire is clearly the driving force behind all of this, but then there's so much going on in her life that she can't really control. Her epilepsy, her, her background, I guess she can control her obsession, but she kind of can't because she needs to do it. So it's interesting to see that kind of like dichotomy in, like you said, a female lead or a female character. Um, so this was out in the Arizona desert. Some strange things are happening in the movie. Did anything strange happen while you were filming?
You know, we talked about it a lot as a cast. We're like, anybody seeing anything? Anybody feeling anything? And I think there's sort of like a collective magic that you're all sort of feeling it. Like it definitely you feel the magic in a landscape that wide. You just feel the presence of things that are bigger than you, even if it's literally just the sky. But I can't say that I saw any real aliens. I saw as many real aliens as Claire May.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, dropping some knowledge. That's true. And so you are also a singer. You're a singer and songwriter. But I don't think you didn't do any songs for this movie, unless I'm
I did.
mistaken. Oh, you
I
did?
did,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, let's
I
talk about that. What was that like?
Well, I collaborated with our he wrote our score. His name is Reza. He's incredible. The score itself is like another character in the movie. It's like this 80s synthwave vibe that really gives you that like analog I don't know. It just feels like the era in it feels like 1997 when
Mhm.
people are the
Yeah.
most fascinated with aliens.
Yeah.
And that is the through line of the whole story. So I wrote with Reza for the song in the credits where we wrote a song called Constellation and I wrote the lyrics sort of from Claire's perspective. And it was really cool to do that because it was pretty effortless to collaborate with Reza, and those textures are so present throughout the film. So it was a no-brainer not to like add a song for my record or something, but to like do something in the landscape that was already created.
Yeah, and like you said, you kind of method act, so it must be fun to like be in Claire's mind space while you're writing a song kind of about her. And
Yeah,
then I don't know when you wrote it, but it might also be a nice way to like a nice swan song for her. Like this is how you kind of wrap up the character by writing this credit song, kind of
totally.
like
Yeah,
symbolically.
yeah, it's like you do it with the colors that are left that you haven't sort of abandoned from playing her, or the ones that stuck with you. Like I have a whole script from which to draw words, and that like just trusting that it being a little bit abstract, her character makes its way in there was really fun to write.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know we have limited time. I'm gonna switch to just a lightning round, lightweight questions about the film. Want to see how your personal experiences map to things in the movie. Feel free to skip any of them. I won't be offended, but I try to keep them very answerable.
Okay.
This film is about some sibling drama. Do you have a sibling? I don't want to hear but that's about the drama, although you can if you want to, but you have a sibling?
Yeah, I can answer this. I have a brother from which I totally drew my relationship to McCabe's character, and McCabe totally represented the vibes of my brother. He was totally the movie version of my little brother.
That is awesome. Your character has an obsession with Fanta. Is there something that you are obsessed with? It could be a treat, it could be a food. I mean, I
String
guess it
cheese.
could be other things. Yeah.
String cheese.
String cheese. Oh, that is a surprisingly healthy one. I love it.
You think so? It depends on how much you eat.
That is fair. That is fair. A lot of this movie takes place with you driving kind of a car that needs to get serviced. When was the last time that you had, bad car trouble that kind of like stranded you?
I recently had my 2003 Toyota Avalon totaled. So yeah,
Oh God.
yeah, it's okay. I'm safe. Everybody's safe. When you have a cool old car, it gets totaled really easily because they just don't want to replace the parts.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, well, it's tough to find this fender, so it's not worth it. So it's
Yeah,
unfortunate. But again, living in Claire's image, I guess.
totally.
Um, have you ever gone out stargazing?
Well, I think this movie was probably the first time that I've done it in the name of stargazing, but I've certainly had a lot of moments in my life under the stars or under the sunset or whatever, having moments feeling smaller than an ant. Like, I think that's a crucial part of a life as an artist is to really just like feel very small in nature.
I feel like it's kind of crucial for everyone to recognize how small we are in this like, vast universe out there. And that kind of leads perfectly into the last question. Your character is, chasing lights, chasing something out there. Do you believe that we aren't alone? Do you believe that there is something out there?
For sure. I think that there's no way that we could be the most important species among us.
Yeah, that's fair. I say the same thing. It's like it takes a certain amount of hubris to think that we are the only special ones in a vast universe of infinite possibilities.
Exactly. I'm a very agnostic person. I'm like, I don't necessarily believe in aliens. What I do believe is that whatever there is, I couldn't possibly imagine it.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. So the film is coming out on August 8th, 2025 in limited theaters and then on demand on August 12th, 2025. You're out promoting the film, getting the word out, letting people know about Star People. But after they see you in this movie, is there anything they can look for next from you? Is there anything you can announce about future projects or future, even songs and albums?
Absolutely. I have my EP coming out. It's coming out this fall. I just released a single from it. It's called Dancer. I directed and star in the film for every single coming out on this EP. And I'll be performing in LA at the Echo on October 6th and in New York at Elsewhere on October 15th. Get your tickets. It's going to sell out. I'll sign your Star People posters if you bring them. I'd love to see you there. That's it.
Awesome. All right. Well, check out all of that. Before you do that, check out Cat Cunning and Star People coming to select theaters on August 8th, 2025, and it's on demand on August 12th, 2025. It's an emotional film. It deals with family drama. It deals with obsession, and it deals with it has a lot of heart as well. I really enjoyed it. I hope you do too. And thanks so much for joining me. Awesome. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
All right. Take care, Cat.
Bye.